Welcome everyone to the second game in the best of three between Gummi and Fredi in the Coronation Cup. I was about to say Couch Cup. In the Coronation Cup 2. And this map looks very interesting. This is actually mega random, and I think newer players are maybe a little bit confused. Mega random is basically takes the randomness of normal maps to a new height, and produces even crazier and weirder maps, as you can see over here. This, if you look at the minimap, it looks kind of like a hamburger. So this is like a hamburger map. Fredi in the blue over here, having the Aztecs. Very, very strong civilization. However, I don't think that Fredi is going to utilize their strength very much, because he is very much known for knight play, and the Aztecs, of course, don't get any knights or any mounted units. Which is not true. They get the Charlotte warrior if they convert a stable, but they can't build a stable themselves. Gummi on the other hand, now in this game he has the Huns, and with a normal start the Huns are much better, because you don't have this issue with the wood. So they actually have a huge bonus in that they don't need to build houses, so you save a lot of wood over the course of the game. So what I see here, if you look at this map, we have a lot of resources actually scattered on each basically bread part of the burger, and then in the meat we have this kind of weird sand crossing, and I'm not quite sure how this will work, but I think that ships will be able to pass over this sand, which looks weird to me, but I think that's how it works. And also the ships can pass through the shallows and through the mangroves over here. But it looks like there's no fish anywhere to be found, so it's not really worth it to go for a dock and fishing ships. But both players, they seem to have two rhinoceroses. And the rhinoceros, compared to the boar, they have 400 food instead of 350. But they also attack a little bit faster, so you need to be a little bit more careful with them. And the same goes for Gummi base. I think he has yes, a rhinoceros here, rhinoceros here. Oh, he might. Oh God, Gummi, what is this? What is this garrison, the villager? Oh, classic Gummi lure. Now also sending all the water buffaloes that they have out. Then they have a deer patch over here, which they could use, which they either could try to push into the town center because it's quite close, or just build a mill. However, what you don't see on this map compared to normal maps or many other maps is that they don't have berries. So they will have to make do with the hunt, which already Fredi is taking. He already placed the mill here. He will be able to take the hunt, and that's quite a lot of food. That's 140 food per ibex, and there's 5 ibex, so that's quite a lot of food. Now he's getting the second rhinoceros. This is a little bit dangerous because there could be a downhill hit. Okay, looks like he is safe. Is he safe though? Just about gets away. Oh. It's a little bit scary, so for newer players I suggest to just get loom, because it's not worth it. Also, if you don't have loom and the enemy scout is around, pretty bad reaction here. However, Gummi at least did get the water buffaloes, but I'm not sure if he will be able to keep them. He will need to send out the villager ASAP. Otherwise, Fredi will just get them back. Although now Fredi seems to have lost track of that, and also he's a little bit distracted because he forgot to build a house. Now he has to rush up a house. Still didn't find the water buffaloes. And now this villager is going back. So looks like Gummi Green will get away with this after all. And then it might even be might be worth it to lose your scout if you're able to get juicy water buffaloes. Each of those has 150 food on them, so that's 450 food. And now this villager is getting attacked by the tiger, and this villager does not have loom, and so I think Fredi he is rushing out loom right now. Another attack from the tiger. Now finally he turns around to attack, but this is still close. I don't know who will win. The villager, I think the villager will just survive here. Loom came in just in time, but the water buffaloes are on the way back to Gummi Bear. And so what Fredi should do is take his Eagle Scout and try to get those. Now let's see, Gummi Bear also did place the mill here on the ibex to collect them, and now we saw a little bit of food police economy. But what Gummi Bear is doing very nicely, so very good job by him. He is using the weak villagers to place the farms, because you don't want to have the weak villagers out here when there is an Eagle Scout, because the Eagle Scout could just come in and one attack or two attacks would be enough to kill one of these villagers. In the meantime, while we were so focused on the water buffaloes, Gummi Bear Grün again going for barracks and a drush. And on this map, I think it's a much better idea than on Nomad, because all of these villages are out of the range of the town center, so he could actually find some damage. And there is some weak ones in here, and if he clicks and realizes this, he could actually pick off a villager or two. Now, and for Fredinowicz, there's basically nothing else to do than just run. And now it's some panic here by Fredinowicz. I think he should just fight this in the end. Now placing this archery range in a little bit precarious situation, but he is off of wood and he doesn't even have enough to place a lumber camp. And that's something we have not talked about, is the wood situation. There's only a few patches over here, and so eventually you need to move outside to this outer ring of wood that's present there. Now finally he brings in his Eagle Warrior, or Eagle Scout rather, and the Drush for now is being thwarted. Maybe when the archers are out, Fredinowicz will be safe. Let's look at Gummi Bear's point of view. He is also up to the next age. He's now dropping a stable and a blacksmith, so maybe we're gonna see some more scouts, which could be actually very strong. He actually went for the man-at-arms upgrade, but since the archery range was already there, I think, I'm not sure if this still was still worth it, although he has them on stat ground, obviously, but yeah, he won't find too much more damage here, so maybe you should just focus on maybe going up to the next age. He already has about 400 food, but now he's going for a scout anyways. And still has a man-at-arms over here. I think these late man-at-arms, they're not worth it. If you lost all your initial men-at-arms, don't make more of them, because your opponent already has the archers. So yeah, of course the opponent Fredinowicz needs to micro them, but still, I think it's not worth it to go for men-at-arms in this particular situation. But now a scout is out. Maybe he just wants this to get some scouting information, maybe pick off a stray archer here or there. So I think one scout actually is not a bad choice overall, even though it puts you further away from Castle Age. But yeah, I think Fredi had this long pause where his lumberjacks didn't work, and that's why he's not able to, or wasn't able to get the archers out in the numbers that he needed. Now he finally has queued a couple of archers from this one archery range, but it will take some time until he can actually move out and attack, because he's still kind of wary of the scout and the men-at-arms here of Gummi Bear. Fredinowicz, being housed, has to rush up another house, now slowly transitioning to farms. Although he's extremely slow. What is this? What is this by Fredinowicz? He has 4 on food right now, and how is he hoping to do anything? He can't even produce villagers, and now the scouts come in. So actually, Gummi Bear did go for scouts. I think it's a little bit too late, but it works apparently, because Fredinowicz is completely flustered. He doesn't know what to do. All these villagers, what are they doing? They're just chasing. They need to go back. You have spearmen. So you can just do, if you drag a box over your villagers and press the Alt key, you will only select villagers. So if you have this clump of villagers and spearmen and you just want to select the villagers, but not all of them, all of the villagers that are on screen, then you can use this trick. And one villager goes down to the scouts. Now some panic, quick walls, but is this really worth it here for this wood line? I am not sure. And now again, all these villagers are trying to attack, but you have the spearmen. Why use the villagers? The villagers need to work. Especially since Gummi Bear has the much better economy setup. He has 13, or now he only has 11 on food. So he will also struggle a little bit in the food department because he built so many scouts. But yeah, this aggression by Gummi Bear really paying off here. But now the spearman getting a good hit. There's another scout here, but the villagers still running, and it's the weak villagers. Look at this. This one is at 1 HP, the other one is at like 3 HP. What is happening? This is at 50. What is he doing? Oh God! Oh, Fredi! What was this? This was a human sac. Okay, you're the Aztecs. I understand completely. Aztecs were known for their human sacrifices. It was only female villagers. Of course, it makes sense. Was some virgins being sacrificed to Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, this is really horrible. And more villages are in peril. This one will also go down, I think. And how can you be so flustered because of a scout rush? And he has no answer. The spearmen are just running around, not hitting anything. Instead of just positioning them in strategic locations, he's always taking all of them everywhere. And then he also has the archers. What he should do, take the archers, counterattack. Gummi Bear has nothing. Put them here on the gold, Gummi Bear has nothing. Put them on the wood, Gummi Bear has nothing. If you have enough of them, maybe just put one spearman with them, and then they're completely fine. Now, in the meantime, if you look at the villager numbers, Fredinovich 29, Gummi Bear 34. I thought the difference would be bigger, so it's a little bit surprising. So Gummi Bear must have idled his TC quite a bit, but more and more raids here by the scouts. I think, yeah, why stop this? Normally I would say, well, maybe at some point you should stop, but why stop it if it's so effective? And there's more virgins coming to the front. Fredi really needs to learn how to separate them. And speaking about separation, another villager going down here. Oh my god, this is so disastrous. What is happening in this game? And this house is even weak. Now finally Spearman getting some hits in. And where is our human sacrifice? She is here. No, it's not her day yet. Next week, if rain doesn't come, I think it's her time. But now this is almost a scary number of scouts. So Gummi Bear may be trying to end this already in this age. He has the +1 attack, +1 defense. Doesn't have bloodlines yet, which I think he should get in this case. Now he is actually getting that. And now look at this. All the armies forward. The scouts are just coming in. No reaction there from Fredinovich. He might even just call the GG here, because villagers are going down here. Not even garrisoning. Now finally garrisoning. Another villager will probably go down here. So many weak villagers. Look at the villager HP. All of them are super weak. And the scouts are basically untouched, because the army of Fredinovich is just sitting there, always in the wrong spot. He's not even tracking the scouts with his army. And yeah, finally maybe some hits here by the archers. But at this point the scouts could even fight this, because the spearmen are in the wrong location. Okay, I think this is the GG moment. And what happened to Fredinovich? Like, I can't explain this. He's just falling apart completely. And I think, yeah, I don't know. He maybe should just call the GG and just get on it and go to his home map. I mean, to be honest, Fredinovich mainly used the standard maps, so this pick of Gummi Bear of taking a Mega Random was actually a pretty good one, because there he was able to adapt much better and, yeah, surprise his opponent. Now, one thing that's going to favor of Fredinovich is that he is on the way to the Castle Age, and Gummi Bear is not on the way to Castle Age, but he's not too far away. He could just use the market and buy a little bit of food, and then he will be way on its way. He will be a little bit later, but it doesn't matter. I mean, look at this mass of scouts here, and Fredinovich lost all of his archers, so there's not even the danger of crossbows. So, and I think there will be an overchop here soon, or maybe in this corner soon. Oh no, this palisade has not been built, so basically this is already open, so he can just loop around, come back in, kill 3 villages here, go out, and there's nothing that Fredi can do. He still has 34 villages, so he's not out of this game yet. Okay, there's still a tree behind this, so you can't just run in. But at this point, honestly, there's so many weak villagers, he can just maybe click on them, just use 1 scout, 1 doink, and this villager is dead. 2 doinks, and this villager is dead. Yeah, so I don't see this. Now Gummi Bear also going up to the next age. He also has Wheelbarrow on the way, just to secure his economy lead, which is good. Good job. What's interesting to me is that neither player has thought about going outside to the ring for wood, because those small wood lines, they're getting precarious, and you see it here. This wood line completely gone. This wood line, he doesn't even have a lumber camp. I don't know where these guys are dropping off. This is a little bit better, but this wood line will soon be gone as well. Okay, this is super inefficient, but the farming economy of Gummi Bear is absolutely nice. Good sight to behold. Now let's see, Fredinovich is now in a Castle Age. What will he make? Let's see. So the scouts still roaming around, still attacking the palisades. I don't think that this palisade does anything for him. And now we see the pikeman upgrade against scouts. That's real desperation move here. If you need pikemen to counter scouts, and I think my guess is that he won't even be able to really counter them, because the scouts can just run away. They don't really care. They can just do what they want all day long. But now the pikeman upgrade is in, and he needs to be careful. Gummi Bear needs to be careful to not lose much HP, but he's fine. He can just retreat. He will soon be up to the next age. Now he's going for man-at-arms again. I don't like this. Why go for man-at-arms? Why not just wait for the Castle Age and get some scorpions? A bunch of scorpions should deal with this rather easily instead of going for the man-at-arms, because the man-at-arms are just countered here by crossbowmen, if crossbowmen ever comes in. Now you see the problem of the separated armies. If you move out with your archers, which you should have done much earlier, maybe send 1 or 2 spearmen or pikemen with them. Now maybe a nice intercept here by the pikemen, but they're just slow. Look at this, he needs so many pikemen just to defend from knights. And yeah, it's 12 pikemen in defense. And look at this, all of these villagers are idle. Gummi Bear now getting all the upgrades, getting plus 2 defense, he's getting husbandry and pumping out more villages. Now finally has some knights out there, has some men-at-arms, should maybe go for longswordsman upgrade if he has that. If he has that many men-at-arms, because longswordsmen have been buffed recently, so they now have, I think they have 1 more armor, and 1 more attack even, or something like that. So they are. Oh no, I think it's just 1 more armor, but that's already a huge difference. So it's actually quite strong. And yeah, I don't think that Fredi will expect the longswordsman here. But look at this, still the scout cavalry roaming around. He has so many left that I wonder if it's worth it to go for the light cav upgrade here even. Just because you have so many of them. Now the only thing that Gummi Bear really lacks is siege. I think a couple of scorpions would have just been good against the pikemen, or just the mangonel maybe, just a good attack ground. And then you can also use that to punish or push the town center. But now he's really running into the pikemen, and this hurts so much. Yeah, so finally some good hits by the pikemen, some good damage there done to the cavalry of Gummi Bear. But still, Gummi Bear in the driver's seat. Only a 9 villager difference. That's surprising to me. I think that Gummi Bear maybe has idled his town center a little bit too much. And yeah, I think that's what happened, because now he has queued 5 more villagers, and that usually happens if you didn't produce for a while and then you realize and you click, produce quite a lot. But you also have to remember that he not only does he have more villages, but he also has wheelbarrow, so his villagers are also more efficient. And yeah, the longswordsman, pretty nice. And I don't know where the archers went. I think they probably just went down. I didn't look at them. Yeah, probably the knights here cleaned them up, because there were no pikemen there to protect him. Still, no one thought about going into the outer ring. So basically, the outer ring is just there for decoration. Nothing is happening there at all. And yeah, what can Fredi do in this situation? Clearly, he needs something to counter the longswordsmen, but then also there is always the danger of knights. Yeah, he's Aztec, so I think usually I would say maybe monks, but then there also are these scouts. So really, there's this super precarious situation, and also Eagle Warriors very bad against longswordsmen because they have an attack bonus against Eagle Warriors. So yeah, he should not fight. Instead, he should use them to raid, and that could actually be quite effective. But there are 2 knights out here, so he needs to make sure that he either kills those knights or avoids those knights altogether. And yeah, we're just missing siege. That's what Gummi Bear should be going for in this situation. And yeah, again, we have a huge score difference between the players, but still they are playing on. And look at this, 27 idols here for Fredi, which finally maybe the scouts will go down. No, still 4 are alive. And that's so devastating. And basically no wood income here, maybe a little bit of wood income. All of these idols here, and Gummi Bear could just style on his opponent and just forget the knights. I would just pump out longswordsmen, just to just get supplies if he gets it. Does he get supplies? That's a big question. Do I see it here? Infantry? No, he does not get supplies. Okay, then maybe don't go for infantry, but. Yeah, he just needs to finish this. He needs to finally get some siege. Because the knights, yeah, they're strong, but there are so many pikemen out there that I think that's not too cost effective in this situation. Now finally we have maybe some raids going on. 3 eagles left over here, but they're just running. They can't do much. They need to go over here, but there's a 2nd town center from Gummi Bear, there's a 3rd town center from Gummi Bear, so he's finally expanding. Could have expanded over here to a nice woodline, but who am I to judge those players? And now all the knights are going down, so you see, knights not really strong. And now again, Gummi Bear always puts his units on stand ground, or very often. But you see that longswordsmen just shred, just absolutely demolish the spearmen or pikemen, and also they absolutely demolish eagle warriors. So Fredi just needs to make something else. Why are you not making crossbowmen? I mean, crossbowmen would just demolish this army here, and then you would be back in the game, because Gummi Bear has basically nothing. It's just this longswordsman army, and this could be easily countered. So here's what you see what I mean. So they actually do have 1 melee and 1 pierced attack nowadays, which did not used to be the case. And yeah, I don't think they're strong enough to really attack this town center yet, especially since he does not have arson. I think at least. Yeah, he does not have arson. And he's just throwing away units, prolonging the game. He's not even fighting the Eagle Warriors. And this is really concerning, because also this town center is being repaired, and now a castle is coming up over here, and Gummi Bear is trying to throw the game. What is happening over here? Yeah, he's not so experienced with the longswordsman, as you could see, because otherwise, usually you try to move underneath the town center. So basically you select the units, click over here, they move through the town center, and then while they're underneath the town center you click attack. because then you get a much better attack on the town center. And now finally we see the crossbowman. And Gummi Bear needs to go back and he needs to switch into a different unit. The longswordsmen, while they were pretty good against all that Fredi has, Gummi Bear did not have any siege to back it up. And that meant that he couldn't push. And now basically the game has stalled out, kind of. Gummi Bear still has a huge economy advantage, of course, so I still favor his position very much, but honestly, Fredi could come back into this game. The Aztecs are no slouch. They can really make this happen. But yeah, he needs to set his economy up. I think he needs to I mean, it's risky, but you need to put a town center there to get some consistent wood income, because these wood lines are just not cutting it at some point. And yeah, some nice micro there with the archers. I think you still need to get a couple of pikemen. That's really important. Because there are so many knights, you need a couple of pikemen. You already have tech, you have all the upgrades. Get a little bit of that protection against the knights, and then he can actually fight this and win against this. But yeah, oh man, look at this food police economy. I think that Gummi Bear was so focused on the front that he really completely forgot about his economy. And then here probably he did the classic shift click mistake. So if you have lumberjacks and you set them shift click them to build farms, then they first will finish off their tree before they start building the farms. So I always do that, and it's super annoying. And at some point I realized that all the farms have not been built, so that's annoying. But finally, yes, these farms are being built, so we have nice farming economy here. But look at this! Almost missed it. A counterattack by Fredi, and he has killed 1, 2, 3, 4 of the enemy villagers. He is really going ham. He is attacking the gold, getting more blood sacrifices to Quetzalcoatl. Rolling here. Yeah, going to the enemy town of Teotihuacan and attacking them, but the knights are here, and the knights will probably be able to clean this up if they have enough upgrades. Yes, they have the +2 defense. So yeah, Fredi tries to wedge in his crossbowman, which actually works very nicely, kills another knight, but overall is cleaned up. So while the counterattack was kind of effective in cleaning up a couple of villages, overall, if you look at the village numbers, there is really no contest there. And at the same time, Gummi Bear going in with his longswordsman, with the Han longswordsman. But there are now 2 castles over here. And so basically that protects a lot of the economy of Fredi, and now there's only 3 longswordsmen left. But we have so much idle time. All of these villages are idle, and still no town center on the outer rim. And I thought this would be a quicker game, but it looks like it's a longer game than the first one. And yeah, it's a hype series. If Gummi Bear wins this, then we have another game in the series even. Alright, so we have reached a little bit of a low in the action. These opposing factions just building up their army. Players are confused on what they should make. The Han player should maybe go for cav archers, as this is one of the main bonuses, that their cavalry archers are cheaper. But yeah, and maybe he can just go for any unit he likes at this point, because he has such a strong economy. However, he needs to also fight with all of his units, which he's not doing right now. Fredi trying to go for another attack, but overall, just the raw power of the knights, I just think is too strong, because the spearmen are just so weak against the longswordsmen, and the one-on-one, a knight can easily kill one of these pikemen. And so Gummi Bear just coming out ahead here. And again, the only thing he's missing is siege. I'm not sure why he doesn't build a siege workshop. Maybe, yeah, he did have the blacksmith. So yeah, now he's even going from Monastery University to go for Imperial Age because look at his resources. He doesn't know how to spend his resources. What is this? 1,700 food, 2,300 gold. Why not just build a couple of siege workshops, get a couple of rams out, and then garrison some longswordsmen into the rams and just push your opponent away. I mean, there's nothing that Fredinovich has. But let's look at this. Yeah, Fredinovich far away from Imperial Age. He has just too few on food. He has enough gold, but yes. But he is able to solidify his position with castles, whereas Gummi does not have a castle yet. And let's see if he is... yeah, he's building towards getting a castle. He has 500 stone at the moment, while he's launching another attack here on the economy of Fredinovich. But yeah, he's making it tough for himself. And okay, finish replaying the game. I'm not sure if... okay, there was the GG. Didn't see it. So a little bit of a random GG being called. I thought he would have waited until the Imperial Age comes in. But yeah, the game was basically over a long time ago. And it's basically the inverse from the first game, where we saw a steady decline of Gummibear's population. Now we saw a steady increase. So well played by Gummibear, well done. And Fredinovich just didn't have any answer to the scouts. He was really fussed about the map. Like, if it's not a standard map, he doesn't know how his build orders work. And that's really the aspect of his play that he needs to improve the most still. While on all the standard maps, he is already a formidable foe that can really go toe-to-toe with the best players in our group, at least. Alright, this was the second game in the best of 3 between Gummi and Fredinovich, and I'm really hyped because there will be a third game between those two players. So I hope to see you in the third game as well.